Stu's channel.
Damn. You know what? That's the second time I thought I was recording. And I didn't look over. And I thought you guys were watching all this. What the hell's this, you're wondering? It's a thrust tube. I've never made a thrust tube before. I did know this. I did know. And what I did was I bent these over. And I stuck this in so that obviously this is the front of the motor, of the jet, of the EDF. This is facing the front of the plane, the jet. This is facing the back. This hole has to be bigger than this hole. This guy right here, I've made it so that it fits. It was fun. It was a barrel of monkeys. Because I, get those, like me, get anal and stuff, and oh man, it's got to be perfect. Sometimes. That doesn't always have to be perfect, but I wanted this one, this is this first jet. I wanted this thing to be pretty dead on. Well, check it out. It fits. This thing fits on here like nobody's business. And then the end, what I did was I just basically put this end on over here and sort of held it into place, Put a couple of strips of tape across here and held it into place. Went over to the back of the jet. And I kept kind of rolling this. If you look at it, it's just a little angle here, right? It's rolled like a rolled piece of paper, but offset. And rolled it up, put it to the back end of the jet, and then kind of loosened it up so that this was exactly on the outside there. It fit just like a glove. And then carefully came back and added tape on here and did it at the same time. A little trick about it was I added a strip of tape right here and a strip of tape right here, only on this side, only on this one side here, because the paper is split right there. Only on one side, put it in there, got it just about right, and then flopped the other piece down. Flopped this down until it was pretty secure. Then I randomly threw on some little pieces of tape, and just ripped them off and threw them on. Little happy faces, okay? I'm like, God, that's messy. No, actually, you know what? Then I came back, and you can see there's a little excess tape here. I came back and I covered this section here up on top, just all the way across. How did I do it? Well, I got this. I got a piece of tape long enough and sort of kept one up and stuck this in to one side on this other side and sort of pressed up and then put the tape on. And then moved it to the other side, pressed up, and then got it on there. It went on pretty smooth. There's only a couple of little wrinkles on here, but this is the outside. The inside, that's clean. That's really clean. Let me take this little piece of tape off so you don't guys trip out. What's that, Stu? Clean. Nice. I did put a piece of tape right here, on this little piece right here, and another piece on the inside right there. What I'm thinking is, and I don't think it's necessary because this is pretty solid. I was thinking at first what I was going to do is take this strut that came with this and this rod, tape these up, go get some tape on a roll, and roll the tape on so that it went right along the seam and just kind of like rolled it on. I don't think that's going to be necessary. This is just a thrust tube, and if you look at the back of the jet, you remember all those circles that are in there? The stuff's going to be resting right on it. On the end, I don't know if I'm supposed to glue this to the edges or not. It fits pretty tight. I don't think I want to glue the very back, and I'll tell you why, because I might want to come back and add that RC Lander light ring on the very back, and I'm going to need a space to run the wires. Either that or I run the wires, let them lay there, install this, and then hook up the light ring. I don't know though. I don't want to wait around on the light ring. I think I'm confident I can add that light ring through this with the wiring the way it is. I can fish something through there. So I think I'll leave this loose. It's not going to move around a bunch. There's a whole bunch of those supporting rings, so we're at that point right there. Dang, you know, I wish I'd have caught that process there on tape. And this is part of that recording thing. You think you're recording, and lo and behold, it's not recording. That kind of sucks. I was thinking about this, too. I got one of these. My buddy James gave me this thing. This is one of those Change Sun 10-blade, you know, EDF units. I was like, yeah, man. Well, why don't I? No. Oh, you know. Well, I wasn't. Some folks are probably like, man, you're gonna put that 10-blade in it? No, no way. This thing is so tuned. It is so balanced. You are not supposed to screw with this thing. If you read the instructions, you're not supposed to mess with this thing in any way, shape, or form. It goes up to 5S. I've heard that people put excess on this. I'm not going to experiment with that either. This motor, this unit here, if you were to go price it, you'll figure out why I'm not going to experiment with it. I got a good deal. My buddy down at RC Country hooked me up with this thing. They don't make these anymore. They'll service them. They'll service these things. You can send them in and they'll service it, but they don't make them. You can't get these anymore. Pretty nice. What do you think? You're not even supposed to run up this EDF without it inside of the plane. It's literally like that bad, apparently. We'll find out what it's got in a bit. So the next item up here, got these wires I have to address. You know, obviously these things have to come up, like so. So I'm going to have to make a slot. I'm going to have to make a slot somewhere. I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to make the slot on the top. This is my guess. I'm going to make the slot on the top, and then I'm going to come back and tape over that section, over the top of the slot that's missing. Or get a piece of, like, wax paper or something that's similar to this. This is pretty beefy stuff. I don't know what it is. But I have to slot this. It has to come in. Let's take a look. How far? Okay, my slot has to come out to here. So, pin. Right to there. And it's not very big of a slot. He goes for it. Yeah, that's about right. One side, there's the other. I'll bend it up, cut it like so, bam. Alright, it's on. I only have a very small piece that's missing there. But what I'll do, and this is all good, these can be connected, that's not going to be a problem. What I'll do is, I'll put this piece like so, and tape it on. I can't do that right at this moment though. But there's my slot. At this point, I got to cut tape. We have nowhere to go until I stop by the hobby shop tomorrow and pick up my other servos that I need. Could we do the wings right now? We could. We could put those in there. But I'm going to have all my stuff. That way I can just knock it off in one big mission. Just wham. Rather than waste precious time like we're doing right now. So I'm going to stop tape. We'll come back. Peace out.